that plays a vital role in our ecosystem, but this unique region, often called the bird's foot, is also one of our country's most vulnerable coastal areas. We have Dr. Michelle Sanchez and Claire Kemick with Tulane University joining us with more on the science behind a plan to protect its future. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, we were chit-chatting and kind of getting all of the details behind this program. It's a collaboration, really.
Yes.
You guys, along with 12 other universities, you said?
Yes, so we are co-leads, Tulane's co-leads with LSU, and then there are 12 other organizations involved.
Wow.
All over the Gulf South.
And the goal is to get kids excited about protecting our coast so that when we start to implement some of these projects,
yes,
they're growing up and wanting to be a part of that.
Yes, and what's really great is there's actually 50 investigators doing research about the coastline, but they're also involved in the inspiration of the kids as well. So it's the whole pipeline.
So as they're learning and finding things out, they're giving that right over to you guys so that y'all can implement it into these STEM activities.
Yes, yes.
Amazing. Okay, so what are we doing today?
Yes, so do you want to talk about it, Claire?
Yeah, okay, so I study the salt wedge. So in the fall and end of summer when the
It was pretty scary there for a second.
the salt wedge starts to make its way up the Mississippi River, and we do an activity with the K-12 and mostly with the elementary school kids to show them how that works and why the salt wedge is separated from the fresh water. So, and we do it with kind of everyday items, things that you probably already have laying around. And so, yeah, I can.
Yeah, show me how you do it. Okay, so which one's representing saltwater for us?
Okay, so the green, that's our salt water. So what we do is we add some table salt.
Okay.
And you can measure it out, or you can kind of just be generous with it. And then
make it extra salty.
And then we also have some Epsom salt, which is the magnesium sulfate, and this is supposed to create the water chemistry.
Okay. And what does that do?
This is like simulating what ocean water is like.
Okay.
So we just want to mix it all up and let it dissolve. Sorry, it might make a little mess.
No, that's fine. You want me to get the towel ready?
And then you go ahead and you pour that in. We have a fish tank. You can get creative with this. This is something that teachers can do in classrooms, or you can do it.
No, that's a great idea.
And then we separate, just so when we pour the fresh water in, it doesn't mix too much with your salt water.
Okay, so you put a little bit of cling wrap in there.
Yes.
I gotcha.
And then if somebody wants to hold this spoon while I pour the fresh water.
Okay.
We go light
so
on
this
the
is our
fresh water pour.
This is our Mississippi River in blue here.
Yes.
And then that's the Gulf of Mexico in green.
Right. And so we'll slowly pull this away. And
so we can see the blue kind of sitting on top, the green, but it also looks like a bit turbulent in there.
Yeah.
Is that just from us moving the thing?
Yes.
Yes, and that exists in the salt wedge. So there's a mixing zone. So that shear where the salt water is moving into the fresh water because of diffusion is actually happening. And so you can see there's a lot of processes that you can make this an elementary level all the way up into high school chemistry. But yeah, so we do that with our Bats and Gist program.
So this is showing sort of that separation. Eventually, do these things mix, or will they stay separated? Will that freshwater and saltwater stay separated?
Yeah, so as it travels upriver, it does stay separated, but there is a mixing zone. So the water can kind of mix around in there, and then what's called re-entrainment, when it kind of then mixes back into the fresh water.
Interesting.
So, but it stays in that wedge shape as it moves up the river.
Very, very interesting. If we'd like to learn more about this program or events coming up where our kids can learn cool things like this, where do we go?
So we have a website for the Mississippi River Delta transition. It's called missdelta.org.
Okay.
And so it has all of the different organizations that are involved. We're funded through the National Academy Gulf Research Program. It's so great that we get to inspire from middle school all the way up through graduate students like Claire.
I love it.
And hopefully we'll get some more coastal engineers interested in this in the future.
Absolutely. We know we sure need them. Thank y'all so much. All right, we'll come